Let's back to our breaking news out of Missouri City. An active shooter situation overnight that has left one person dead.
We can tell you that situation is now over. The shooter is in the hospital this morning. This all unfolded at Ben E. Keith Foods, which is on Cravens Road, again in Missouri City. Our Janel Forte is out there for us this morning to tell us what's happening. Janel?
Well, yeah, guys, still lots of questions behind the motive behind the shooting. Police right now, they're doing what's called a secondary search to go in and make sure that there's not another shooter or any other victims inside. As you can see, this place is swarmed with emergency crews. This is a very large complex. We just spoke with Missouri City Police and they say they've got their hands full. Now, what we know right now is that sometime after midnight, a woman shot two people inside one of the warehouses in this complex. One of those victims died, the other was taken to the hospital, and right now we don't know their condition. Police say when they got here, they found that woman outside and there may have been an exchange of gunfire between her and police, or she might have shot herself. They don't know at this time. They're investigating to see about that. Now, she's also in the hospital now. We don't know her condition either. Right now, police are unsure about the relationship between the shooter and the victims. They're exploring whether or not this is a case of workplace violence, but as we said, right now, police do say that the scene has been contained. Right now, we're just waiting to learn more information.